Hi everyone. Today I am going to do practice problem number 1 and number 4 on lesson 7. I already did the example 1, which was the parabola with the center not at the origin. So today I'm going to do an example of a hyperbola and an ellipse not at the origin. Okay, I already wrote the equation from the first page, the standard form, out. You should have made an effort to copy all those formulas on a separate sheet of paper, and so that they're in front of you and you're not flipping papers back and forth. Okay, I'm going to get started with this question. So you look at this and it says find the foci of the hyperbola, and first of all you need to determine whether it is a vertical or a horizontal. Since y is first, so it is a vertical, right? Y square is first. Y square is first, it's a vertical. Okay, so if I was to compare the two equations, what's in place of h and k? Be very careful. H is the horizontal shift and the h is the vertical shift. So your h here is 8, and what is it? Let me just rewrite it again. Actually, let's label it the center. So this is what we're looking here. Center is h comma k. So that way when you're picking it, you know what it is. So your h is 8 comma 2. So that's what your center is, right? You know your a square is what? 144. So your a will be 12. Your b square is 25. So b is equal to 5, right? So let's use our a and b and our center to graph the hyperbola, at least find out the vertices. So 8, 2, I already drew the axis. Don't draw it through the middle, otherwise you won't have an even, you'll be going outside the graph. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2. So that's where my center is, right? I know it's vertical, so I'm going to use my A, which is up 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So, okay, I'm going to go outside the graph. So this is my vertex 1, right? And I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm going to go be a little outside the graph. So that's okay. So, and now I'm going to go across with my B. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, guys. Why do we draw this rectangle? We're drawing this rectangle because it is going to help us with the equations of our asymptotes. Oops. It's very... Give me a second. So I am gonna do this. Please make sure it's a dotted line. Some of you submitted me the homework, and I'm gonna point out those few mistakes, right? A few errors. You guys did a great job. Let me first commend you for that. But some of you were not making this a dotted line. You were making a solid rectangle. You can't make this a solid. With my Apple Pencil, it's a little difficult, but I'm trying to do the best, right? I'm going to use my ruler, so that if you don't have a ruler, use the side of your calculator. You all have a calculator, you can use that, right? These are your asymptotes, and I am going to sketch them in, let's say, yellow. Go through the center and the corner, and there should be arrows in the end. These are lines. Remember, these are lines, okay? And I'm going to turn my ruler so that I get a good... Okay, that's it. And I got... Yes, these were the few things I wanted to highlight, that the people were not putting arrows, and then they were making their lines just inside the, what do you call it, the box. Okay, so this should be actually dotted too. I just drew simple, so let me use a different color to make it dotted. So this should be dotted too. Okay, your asymptotes are always dotted lines. So these are your asymptotes, right? We don't need the equations of those, so we're just gonna jump into graphing our hyperbola, right? It's vertical, so it's gonna go this way. Okay, so that's the complete sketch of the hyperbola, right? That was one thing we accomplished. Let's write down our vertices. Our vertices are what? Think about it. Your center was 8, 2, and you went up 12 and down 12. So you're going to do what? Take this 12 and add it to 2. So it would be what? 8, comma 14 would be 1. And if you subtract it from 2, it'll be 8, comma negative 10. Right? So those are your vertices. Now the foci, you know the formula is what? C square equals A square plus B square, right? Your A square was 144 plus B square is 25. You know what C would be? It would be 13, right? Square. So basically you're taking this 13 and you're adding it to your 2 and subtracting from 2 will give your coordinates of your foci. So let's write down the foci. It'll be what? 8, comma. You can actually label them here, or so if I add 13 plus 2 plus 13 is 15, and the other one would be 8, comma 2 minus 13 is negative 11. So these are your two foci. One last thing we're left with is labeling. This is my vertex. So this is vertex 1, vertex 2. Oh, I don't want to put it here. So vertex 2, put it on the inside. And your foci, so foci is this. Foci 2, and a little outside, I know. As long as I see the coordinates, for if it was a test, yes, my graph would be more accurate. I just messed up my axis. So that's practice problem number 1. I hope you understand it. Labeling was one thing that I did see many people forgot to do it, right? Some people just drew the rectangle and forgot the hyperbolas. You have to do that, and the work is pretty easy. It's the same concept except the part that you need to start with the center. First, plot your center, and then using the center, graph your A's and B's, okay? So now let's move on to our next question. I want you to try 2 and 3 on your own, and I'm going